Hello, Aqua here again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed. I've done a fresh world download because I forgot to put my armour in the last one. Oops, sorry about that. My armour should always be in this chest here, next to the bed, but I forgot to put it in the last one. So I've just put all my armour back on after taking it off and getting a copy of the world. And I'm just currently sending it up to my Dropbox. It's going to take about another hour though, so it's probably going to make this episode late as well because I want to get that uploaded. It's Tuesday morning, so this episode is going to be late. This is going to be a bit of a talk episode to start with. A couple of issues is, one, I'm a little bit behind schedule. So, last couple of days I've been doing the episode the same day as it goes up. Because of that, tomorrow I'm going to skip an episode, and I'm just going to go straight into the live stream at 1 o'clock. So, rather than having an episode up at 1 and then doing a live stream at 2, I'm going to go straight up to the live stream at 1 and not do an episode tomorrow, and then I should be able to get back on track. Excuse me. So, yeah, because otherwise I'm not going to get an episode up before the live stream. And my voice is going. Excuse me. Yeah. So, sorry about that. It's just real life getting in the way a little bit, and I'm finding myself a little bit behind schedule. There's a couple of things I want to do in this episode. Another thing I want to talk about, is, first thing up, King Lemming, the guy who makes Thermal Expansion, is moving on from modding, so we may lose Thermal Expansion pretty soon. And I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you very much, King Lemming, for all the hard work. Thermal Expansion has been a bit of a game changer in my view when it comes to modded Minecraft. Before Thermal Expansion, I kind of pretty much stayed away from most buildcraft stuff. I used to start a world by going straight into IC2 and get my power through that. This is back in Tech days before FTB. With Thermal Expansion, there's so much different and so much more you can do with buildcraft. I think he's added a lot to buildcraft, especially with conduits and energy cells and stuff like that. So hopefully he'll pass the mod on to someone else, and someone else will take it on. Energy cells make so much difference to store buildcraft power. Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to pass it on to someone else, and someone else will take it on for him, rather than just see the mod vanish completely. It's such a good mod, I'm sure there'll be people who want to take it on. So hopefully someone will. But yeah, I just want to say thank you very much to King Lemming. I'm not doubt that I'd ever watch this video, but I'd just like to put my thanks out there on the internet for how he's pretty much changed the game. I think he showed that it doesn't have to be just. I think he showed that IC2 and Buildcraft can both create power that can live together. So yeah, thank you very much. The next thing I want to talk about is this squeezer. Joseph pointed out that I don't know if this is just a graphic bug or if I'm losing resources, but when there's a really little bit of space in the squeezer kicks in, and it didn't then. Sometimes it does. I think it might just be a graphic bug, but I think I may be losing resources because these make 2 buckets worth, and it seems to be crafting when there's even less than 1 bucket's worth of space. So I'm not sure where things go. But I've changed things around a little bit. I've ended up. I should take the covers off here and show you. I've ended up. Actually, want that one as well. Yeah. Let me just pop these covers off. So of course you pop a cover off by getting the same type of cover in your hand and shift clicking. There we go. Shift click. Oops. Ah, fucking hell. I took the wrong thing off. So what I've done here, 3 bits of cobblestone structure pipe, iron hand gate at the bottom there, set to tank empty, red pipe signal. So whenever the tank's empty there, it sends red signal to this one, which just red stone signal. So it just pulses a bit of lava into the tank there whenever the tank's empty. So I thought that might do it, but I think there's some kind of internal buffer there anyway, so I don't think we're losing resources. While we're talking about that, someone else sent me a nice message letting me know that the liquid transfer thing I had on there, this transfer node, can speed these up. And I'm not sure, I think is it maybe redstone that does it? Let's have a look. Let's Let's click on that with some redstone. Oh, no. No, it's not that. You can speed these up apparently, and you can make it so that they're 5 times quicker than they are standard, so she'll have to look into that at some point. Anyway, that's another story. I may put that back on there just for the sake of seeing how to speed it up, but at the minute that's kind of working. I don't know if it's actually losing anything or if it's just a graphic bug. But yeah, it seems to. This is still turned off. I'm not using any blaze rods at the minute, and our phosphor is down to 18k from about 26. So that's slowly coming down. Iron's up to 13k. Quite a lot of stuff. See the ender farm, the blaze farm, and the wither farm are all turned off now because they're all at the limit of what I was getting for them. I'm just going through a lot of spare propolis that I had. Quickly show you what I've done with that. Spare propolis, I've just shoved a hopper and the deep storage unit on top of this centrifuge, and it's just turning it all into sticky resin. And there's like 7,000, so that's like 21,000 rubber in there still in it, because the sticky resin is set in this export bus to go straight into the extractor there, so you keep seeing sticky resin going in there, so I'll end up with like 30,000 rubber, which may be too much, I don't know. Anyway, the other reason why I wanted these facades out is I want to show you under here as well, is this is something that Monkey pointed out. Oops, didn't do that, there we go. Is that a cover? I put a cover somewhere, I don't want one, don't think so. I had a gold pipe down there. Now because that was a gold pipe, this is now a junction and it was making things bounce around. So whenever you make a logistics pipe system, anything that's a junction needs to be a basic logistics pipe. So I just swapped that gold pipe for a basic logistics. So now things will bounce around in and out of that. Things will know where they're going as soon as they leave the ME interface. So that's just stuff with a little bit of bounce around. I think they'll still eventually get to where they want to go, but it just makes it a little bit work a little bit better. So I switched that gold pipe for that. So there we go. There's that part done. Now a couple of things I want to get onto. That's aluminium, by the way, not alumite. Someone said, why do I want alumite beads? It's not alumite beads, it's aluminium beads. We've got the laser drill doesn't get aluminium, so I've got hardly no aluminium left. I did manually mine some. I've got a block of aluminium, which is important for the bees, and I actually got some ingots as well. But it's for making these blank cast and aluminium brass ingots, mainly for making drawbridge doors, because each drawbridge doors takes one of them and 2 of them. So I need a little bit of aluminium for that, and I don't want to manually mine it when I don't have to, pardon me. So yeah, I want an aluminium bee, and if we're doing aluminium bee, I might as well do the bees that get us manilium as well, anemone. So that's what that's about. State selling engines, right? I've done this, but I don't like it. I'm going to change it. I actually started recording this last night, and I was a bit tired, and I was a bit bleh, so I deleted what I recorded last night. But I've actually set this up on camera, and I think I'm going to change it. What I've got here is, I've got a thing called a pulse lengthener. What that does is, it actually does what it says it does. I've set that to a constant 240 ticks, which is 12 seconds. So when it gets a pulse, so input output left, everything's left because that's where we're connected to the controller here. When it gets a pulse for orange, then that pulse will stay on for 240 ticks, so 12 seconds to the output of white. So you can see there, I changed that to orange. So when that pulses, it puts output to white, which white is all the redneck connections under here that you can't see. They're all white. So when that pulses, and that pulses when, there you go. So this should stay on 12 seconds. So when that redstone, when that gate pulses, instead of just pulsing on and off, that's a very quick 12 seconds, wasn't it? That should stay on 12 seconds, and what that'll do is it'll put a little bit more power in here than constantly having these feathering on and off. And I did the same for this one, but I had it all in one at the first, and I realised this was using power quicker. So what I've done is I've actually put the output down to 50 on this, so it's using more of each. What I did was, rather than have it all the same one, I made a second one exactly the same, but this one goes off magenta and light blue. So I put the connection there to magenta, and I put all the connections here to light blue. But I still don't particularly like it. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look in a minute, is I may change this for a toggle. I may change this so that these are actually gates with 2 conditions, or gates, and have it so that they do a redstone signal when the redstone cell is empty or full. So then when it's empty it'll turn on the engines, and when it's full it'll pulse again, it'll turn it off by using the T flip-flop. So I might look into that in a minute. What I'll do is I'll break camera now and I'll have a quick look at that, see if I can actually do that, see if that's something that I want to be doing, and if it is, I'll probably set it up on one side and then I'll show you how I've set it up on the other side. What does that sound? Right, back in a bit. Okay then, I think this is going to work alright. This is the side that I've done yet. I'm going to do this side in a minute. And what I've done is I've just set it to how I set it before on the wither room, where, oops, get rid of that. That's me just looking at a different one. 3 wants me on no off. So on 2. Right, what I've been told by Fin Modification and Funshine X, thank you very much guys, is that the clock is, the CLK is a clock. If I set the T to high, then I get all confused. A flip-flop toggles the output every time the clock ticks as long as T is high. So I've wired both to high. I've wired both to the input, so that means that works alright. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I could set, I think, this to constant high, but I'm not sure which one constant high is. I think, is it constant 0, or do I have to put a variable? I don't know. Anyway, I found it easy enough just to put them both the same. And that might have messed up. Should have done. So this ticked when. So what I've changed this gate here for a slightly more complex gate, an iron ore gate, which is quite straightforward to make. You can use iron and gate and a redstone chipset, or that shapeless crafting. On the assembly table, you can use a redstone iron chipset and a red pipe wire. Gets you an OR gate. So that's got 2 conditions. So I said it's a full energy redstone signal and no energy redstone signal. So that'll give a signal when it's either empty or full. So when it was empty, it gave a signal which started the engines, and they started filling it up. And when this hits full, that should pulse again, and the engine should stop, and they won't start again until it's empty. So it's going to just run until this fills up. So it should be any time now, and just hang around a little bit. We should see that pulse on. 98, 99. There we go. So that pulsed on. It's flipped the T flip-flop. So that's going to drain down now, and then when it's empty again, it'll turn the engines on and they'll fill it up again. So that means the engines run for a little while each time. That's kind of, I don't think there's any real need to do this, but I just kind of like it. So I'm going to do the same with this one. So what I need to do is I need to take that standard gate off, and work out where I put my other gate. Oh, I'm a dick. My other gate is still in the assembly table. So there should be a gate in there waiting for us. There it is. Not that. That, please. Thank you. So if we jump back over there, and iron ore gate then onto there, and this wants to be no energy, full energy, redstone signal, redstone signal. And that's using energy as quick as it's getting it seems. But I've not changed this yet, of course, either. So let's change this then from a pulse length to a T flip-flop, and I'm going to want both of them orange. So that should keep going now until this fills up. same as that one did. So them engines won't run until that's empty, and these engines will run until that's full. Now, the only difference with this is, I noticed when they were both running the same, I guess because this is closer, then this takes more energy. These cells take more energy from this one. So what I've done is I've put the output of this to 50, so that we actually use more force sticks when we do lava. Because I think it was using a lot more lava than it was liquid force. So force sticks, liquid force I meant. So there we go, little change there. So the engines will run until the cells are full, and then they'll stop until the cells are empty. Quite like that. Just me learning a little bit more about RedNet. Still not learning much because I think that works, but I don't think that's. I read another thing that said if in doubt, just do that. I know that to be constant high. I'm just not sure what high is. So if anyone wants to let me know, I'm always welcome to learning new things. So yeah, I'll be happy to find out. So right, what can we do here? We can state cell and engines. Well, I've not done state cell, but it's okay. So let's get rid of that. I'm going to start on the Galgadorian cart here because I want to get this episode done pretty quick, and just because I want to get it uploading. So the Galgadorian cart, I've made some recipes for. And I kind of wanted to show you on camera how we actually make the Galgadorian metal and stuff. So if we go through, there we go. You see, we've got quite a few recipes in here. Galgadorian hull, Galgadorian wheels, and then a hardened wood cutter and stuff like that. Hardened saw blade. So I'm going to make some of these. And what we need first is we need to look at what they actually need. So let's go at Steve's. There we go. At Steve's carts. You see, a Galgadorian hull needs 2 sets of wheels, 5 Galgadorian metal. So let's start with the wheels then. 1 Galgadorian metal, some reinforced metal. So we need 8 reinforced metal to start with. 8 reinforced metal. Needs stabilised metal, put through a furnace. Stabilised metal needs all this stuff. Bloody hell. So we need 2 lots of this, we need 10 of these, so we need 2 lots of this stuff. So we need 4 of these hardened mesh and 4 of this refined hardener. Refined hardener, see, it's quite complex, isn't it? Comes from this raw hardener, and we get raw hardener. We get 2 of them from a diamond with 4 obsidian. So we need 4 of that raw hardener to start with, I think. So let's go with that. So all the recipes are already in here. So that'll give us 4 of them, which then needs to be put through a furnace. So in case we want to make any more of this, we can actually add that, not to that one, to that one. We can add that to there. That gets us a refined hardener. I could have stayed up there till this next bit. And then the next bit was this hardened mesh stuff. We need 2 of these, didn't we? No, we need 4 of these. So we need actually another 16 of that refined hardener. So we need another 8, is it? 8 raw hardener, I think. Might end up making too much here, but we'll see. Let's go with that. Now this should automatically get crafted into the refined stuff now. And it has. Wonderful. What else do we need for that? Iron bars. So did I put a pattern for that one in? Let's have a look. I did. So let's put them back in there. So I want hardened mesh. 4 of them. I don't think I put enough stuff in, did I? Bloody hell. Making a mess of it already. What's that stuff called? Refined hardener. No, there ain't none. Okay, at least I did some more of that then. Go another 4. That's all 4 of them. And then we want 4 refined hardener, yeah. Four refined hardener, okay. So let's just make stabilised metal. So we need 8 of these, didn't we? So we'll go for 10. Stab. So 10. Should have all the stuff for that. There we go. 10 stabilised metal. What was we even making here again? We was making the wheels, weren't we? So reinforced metal, that means that needs cooking as well. So does that have actually any use on its own, stabilised metal, or does it all need cooking? Shit. Okay, we'll need some of that stabilised metal. So we're sad. Oh yeah, we're going to need quite a bit of that, I think. So we need to make more of that, which is fun. So this, I'm kind of doing pretty quick, but I think this would take quite a long time if you was doing it right. That's... Okay, we need to do patterns for that. Because we don't want all of that turning into that into the refined version. Let's keep 2 back. We need 8. We know we need 8 for this. So we'll get 8 of the reinforced. I'm gonna have to break camera in a minute. Oh, I made this, by the way. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Might be irritating you already if you've listened to this song too much. I'll turn it off just in case it is. You can right click it, turn it on and off. It's a little radio from the Portal mod. And it plays a little tune over and over again. I'll turn it off, let me know if it's irritating. If it is, I'll keep it off. But I just thought I'd make it for a bit of fun. Right. Reinforced metal. So there's our first things we needed. Let's go back to the cart again. We need some Galgadorian metal inside of there, which is lump of Galgador through the furnace. Does that have any use on its own? Or can that all be straight furnace? Large lump. I think that can be straight furnace. And I'm going to need 5 of these for that as well, so I'm not going to have enough for this, am I? So that stuff makes 2. Jesus. So I need more of this stabilised metal, diamond block, eyes of Galgador, to make some lumps of Galgador. Now, eyes of Galgador I've got there, lumps of Galgador I've got, so I can just make that straight up. Will that make me the eyes? Let's try and make one of these. Let's see what we get stuck on. I think it should make it. No. Look at all this shit. So, it's clearly not doing that then, is it? Magma cream. Fermented spiderite. I thought I had patterns in for all these things. Magma cream. Fermented spiderite. I bet there's no sugar in the system. I don't know how to make sugar, I don't think. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll cut camera. I'll make sure I've got all this in order. Just so we don't spend ages making this thing. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so what that has let me do is, I don't even know what word I said then, I think I made a word up, is I've made override recipes for these 3 things, so I can use the ME network now to craft these on request, because everything in the crafting path for these is in there, I believe. So now we should be able to just simply, although it'll take a bit of doing, we should be able to ask for a Galgadorian cart. And it should make, I think, everything it needs. So there's one set of wheels made, because we already had the bits there. It's making the eyes of Galgador, it's making the Galgadorian metal. So if we watch it in there, we should be able to see it craft everything we need for this. We'll see if it gets stuck anywhere. What of course I was missing was mushrooms. I didn't actually have any mushrooms in the system. The mushrooms in the chest down there. And I've only got 20 odd mushrooms as it is, so I may run out of mushrooms. It's not something I've been collecting, which could be an issue. We'll see. It seems to be making all the things it needs. So this is working towards a second set of wheels by the look of it. Is that done? It is. Wonderful. There we go. One Galgadorian hull. So this is the top of the range hull, and just by putting this in here, you'll see that only takes 5 seconds. Okay, that's still quite low. Now we need to make all the attachments for this, and the important attachment again is going to be the tool, and this time it's going to be a Galgadorian tool. So let's look at our page there again, and you'll see that there's our previous tool. That's a basic woodcutter that uses 5 of these saw blades. What we need to be doing this time though is this one, a Galgadorian woodcutter, which actually uses a hardened woodcutter in its recipe, which uses a woodcutting core in its recipe, which I don't think I've made. Oh, there it is, woodcutting core. So the diamond, we've got hardened saw blades. That's these guys. How do I make a hardened saw blade? Make sure I've got stuff in there for that. Hardened saw blade is some reinforced metal with iron ingots, so that should craft. So we should be able to straight up craft one of those as well now. So put in Galgadorian woodcutter. Let's see if that can craft itself without me having to intervene. I think I may run out of mushrooms. See how many mushrooms I've got in the system. None. Well, that's a turn up, isn't it? Can I use my... Can I turn these mushrooms into other mushrooms? I can. There's another 8. That might help. Don't know if it'll help enough though. I think I may need to go mushroom farming, which is quite kind of bizarre. Let's see. Let's see. So it's using plenty of gas tiers as well. And there, I think, there is me out of mushrooms, I think. Or possibly gas tiers. How many of them have I got? Yep, no gas tiers either. Okay, so I need to go do a little bit of hunting. I'll be back in a bit with mushrooms and gas tiers. So I am back in the overworld. I've just been on a little adventure in the nether, and I've got 64 mushrooms. There's loads of mushrooms in the nether these days with natura and all the extra stuff that's in there. So I ran around getting loads of them while I was looking for ghasts. Ghasts I wasn't finding many, so what I did was I used the awesome remote order system. Thanks again, Frosty. Got 4 ender pearls. Used one of the ghast tiers to make a reusable safari net, and I've made a ghast safari net. So I should be able to spawn some gas out of here. So let's see how messy this gets. Let's see how quickly this gets messy. Might be alright. Come on. Oh, that's alright, isn't it? Wonderful. That works perfect. Poor guys. Not even getting a chance, are they? Cool, that'll do. I think that'll be enough. Shit. Blew my fucking button off the wall. Back off. As if. Oh, I thought I'd turn that off. I've turned it off. I'm on fire. Oh, the humanity. Burnt my fence down. Destroyed my button. Have I got my button? Yeah, I've got my button. Okay. Does that still work? Yeah. Oops, nearly killed myself in the force field. Okay. a little bit crazy. Okay, let's take that out of there then. Put that back in there. Put the villager one back in there. And we'll put that in there. It's got, so we've got a gas one, a slime one, and an enderman one in there now. A little collection of them. That's got me 24 gas tiers. Wonderful. So no messing about there. We can sling them into there now. mushrooms, gas tiers, bit of netherrack, bit of soul sand, shard aluminium, and a bit of cobalt ore that I saw while I was passing. So I thought I'd grab that as well. Now, is that all I was waiting on? Possibly. Galgadorian woodcutter, wonderful. So that's an unbreakable woodcutter. Now, what I should actually look at doing. So there's our tool. Tool's 36. That's knocked that up. So we've got no engines or attachments or storage or anything yet, have we? So what I should look at doing is, now Steve's carts these days you can modify carts after they're made. You couldn't before. Once you made a cart, it was done. I should actually look at dismantling the other cart. There's our cart assembler. Should be a cart modifier or something like that. Module toggler. No. Don't see any other blocks there, do you? Maybe I'm making something up. I thought that's maybe the module toggler that can add things and take things off. I'm not sure. Tell you what, I'll break camera again. I'll probably just make standard stuff, but the other bits we need to make for this, I'm obviously not going to make it in this episode anyway. But we're going to need engines. We're going to need the important bit, of course, is the exotic. Let's get that made so I don't forget it. The exotic add-on for the trees, otherwise it won't work on the forest trees. There we go. So we need some internal storage. And we need an engine. Shall I just make it? Engine. Let's just make our coal engine again. And internal storage. 4 was a bit overkill, wasn't it? Let's just have 2. There we go. So I can actually put that together. We know that the fertilizer didn't work. There we go. So it takes 3 hours to assemble that. So that will give us a cart that we never need to repair. So I'll start assembling it. We need some coal in there. I'm going to keep checking that for coal. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap this episode up there just so I can get it uploaded in time. So yeah, tomorrow's episode is not going to be an episode, it's going to be a live stream. Sorry if that's not the best thing to do, but like I say, I've just haven't been finding time to get things organised the last couple of days, which is purely on my lack of organisational skills. So we'll be able to change this guy for one that doesn't need repairing ever, and I think it's also more efficient. I'm not 100% sure on that though, but I think it'll actually get more wood than that one does. But I think we've got all the bits in there. If we haven't, I've just wasted my time a bit, but I think that's covered. So that's one more thing off the list. I think next, what I'm going to do in the live stream, the plan is to finish off Farmcraft research. We need to do some Farming Tinkerer. So the first hour is going to be like a Farmcraft extra episode. Then I think I'm going to spend the second hour getting the aluminium and million bees in the live stream. And then the third and possibly fourth hour, because I'm starting an hour early, we'll do something like adventure-y. Might go into a gas tower or something like that, or whatever the stream suggests. So that's kind of the plan for tomorrow. And then the next actual episode, which will be 30th episode, I'm probably going to make a breeder reactor, because we're up to nearly 100 of these. 93, look, near depleted uranium cells. I need to start doing something with them. Not that I need to, because if you look at my uranium levels, I'm still getting much more from the bees than I'm actually using in the reactors. So that's all good. Anyway, thank you as always for watching. I hope it's entertaining, and I hope I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye. Okay, I'm back for just a little bit. The episode's a little bit short, but of course I didn't look in these things here. The cart modifier, the one that allows you to disassemble, it's actually an add-on to the cart assembler. So you make that, and then you add it on. I don't actually want to add it on while I'm crafting, because I don't know if it's going to mess things up. I think adding it to this while it's crafting might mess things up, but I am going to make it. Modify it. I've added the the pattern there into the Mac. So it should be making that for me. Why is it not making? What am I missing? Oh, it uses all this stuff. Interesting. Blank upgrade's quite expensive then. Where's the blank upgrade? There's a blank upgrade. So a blank upgrade uses a couple of reinforced metal. Okay. That's why it's taking its time. Looks like it's done it now though. So, should I risk it? Can't modify it. Yeah. Screw it. Pop. There we go. So that should still be going on. And it is. Wonderful. So can't modify it. Actually lets you put carts back in there and modify them. As far as I understand it. Upgrade can't modify it. Okay, so I can put a cart in there, take bits off it and stuff. So I could have reused the engine and the upgrade, the exotic tree upgrade, off the cart that was out there. So there is things that we can add to this. Now I may have to change the way, once it's finished doing this, I may have to change it around because there's quite a few interesting things on that page there. There's, look at this, some assembling efficiency, assembling time. There's a creative one that I don't want to, I won't need, but I could. The assembly efficiency 100%, but uses much more fuel. But makes things much quicker. That uses quite a lot of stuff there. Look at that efficiency 5 buck. Glory metal. Interesting. I might look at making these. Anyway, I'm going to have a wrap up there then. As always, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.